Okay, day 12, went to the pay-to-play trial of Benghazi. One good thing that came out of it was this expert, kind of military expert, worked for the FBI. I think his name was Special Agent Dunn. But anyway, he talked about that military grid reference system, that MGRS. And I just know the Freitag codes are going to be an MGRS. It's going to be a JTTF thing. It's going to be MGRS. Now you're going to take one letter off the front or put one letter on. It's going to be one letter difference. It's going to be disguised one digit. I could tell by just everything else. It's going to be one digit. Either you drop the first, or you add the first, or you make the first a letter, something with the first digit. So the other piece here is R&L trucking. I talked about R&L trucking before obviously the thing happened here in New York. And then I had talked about Clinton County way back when, and Sheriff Pfizer. And Sheriff Pfizer and R&L trucking in Clinton County, near where Piketon is, where those 8 people get murdered with that very high-tech drug operation, the rodents. Very similar to today, same, or yesterday, this 8 people killed all at once. They were involved in a lawsuit, and I believe it was Bill Gaines, but it was, again, this situation where the whistleblower comes forward, and then the prosecutor turns it around and then accuses the whistleblower, the person doing the right thing, of the wrongdoing. This will happen with me after I get run over. And he did it. Well, then they kind of tried to do that with me in Charleston, saying, hey, I think this is depleted uranium's coming through in Charleston. If you read the letter that was written by Transportation Logistics, which is, I can't remember his name right now. I said it in the last one. I can't remember his name. But he writes a letter to saying, hey, we're going to be bringing depleted uranium in Charleston. So all I was doing was exactly what turned out to be correct, which was saying, hey, we're bringing in on this Maersk Memphis ship uranium. It's not rated for any kind of radioactive stuff, so how could you be letting radioactive diplomatic containers in here? Now, the thing I might have missed was the diplomatic, which diplomat, UAE diplomat was being used. We went and we got the manifest from the Port of Qasim. It was UAE diplomats. It may not have been Imran Awan. I still think it's Awan Shipping. I still think it's Awan Pharma, the animal pharma that's in the Awan shipping containers. We have Awan shipping stuff that way. The 24,000 car parts, I believe they cleaned out Tegawa car parts and sent them back to Pakistan. So I think Imran had time to get those back to Pakistan. So we have a lot of traffic going back and forth. We have the Adila rice coming with to the Port of Baltimore. So we've got a lot of Awan shipping. Now, does that Awan shipping then, as a freight forwarder, then use the diplomatic passport? So that's the key question. I talked to somebody who was the son of a diplomat. They said for a family of 2, you get a 40-foot container. A family of 4, you get 2 40-foot containers. So if you have these immigrant families that have 10 people that somehow become princes over here, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, like Kwesi Mensah, you make Kwesi Mensah and Alpha Jallo, which I believe Alpha Jallo is going to be named as a prince, and I'm going to say it's going to be Nigeria. The whole family can ship in those diplomatic containers. This is exactly what I think is happening with Alpha Jallo, it's with Kwesi Mensah and so forth. These families that are coming in, the 23 that Saipov's going to bring in, they're going to be somehow, Sierra Leone or some very small country, Burkina Faso. They're going to become royalty, and then they're all going to get diplomatic. They're all going to get diplomatic passports to ship 40-foot containers for every 2 people in the family. So. There's a lot of murder here, and the guy I just talked to on the phone, hey, people are getting murdered. I hope I didn't have anything to do with that. They're going to kill people anyway. They're going to kill people running these rat lines anyway. You may as well go ahead and expose the rat line. It's where you got to be brave. You know you're going to get killed, but you know you're at least going to do something before you die. You don't want to die without having done something good. And so whenever it comes, it comes. If there's another red light on my forehead, who cares? So we did something good today. We exposed a lot of rat lines. I'm also looking at this royalty trucking in Cincinnati. There's a whole bunch of little trucking companies around Kings Island where Saipov's Safe Auto is. and R&L Trucking is in there, and this Sheriff Pfizer, ex-DynCorp sheriff, Clinton County. So you're going to really kind of start focusing in on that. Okay, so that's the report. Go back to those Freitag codes, look for MGRS. I'm sure that's going to be, they're going to be using MGRS codes for the JTTF.